Hell yeah, I just wanted to let the fucking applause go all the way today.
Yeah, man.
What up, what up, what up? It's your man, DJ Caveman in the building.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, last week we was Skyping it.
We Skyped it last week. You know what I'm saying? It was a mad snow outside.
Oh, yeah.
The motherfucker wasn't trying to shovel.
Yeah.
Not till later in the day, at least.
Let the sun try to melt it down a little bit?
Nah, just more waiting for it to stop. Like, nothing worse than like getting out there and then you shovel. Mm-hmm. And then by the time you finish shoveling, the shit is covered in snow again.
Oh, yeah.
Plus the plow, fucking closing your driveway up every fucking 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Not trying to fucking even be in that. Like, so I just wait. But then as soon as I see that it's like stopped pretty much, that's when I get out there. Because if you wait for that shit to like get hard
and frozen over,
frozen shit, then your life is.
Yeah, that's heart attack snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go to try to lift that shit up, and then all of a sudden you be like, and you get that little shock in your chest, and like, you know what? I need to sit down.
Right. And then plus, like, yo, I had like 15 inches of snow where I was.
Yeah, it was real pornographic.
All the way up in the mountains and shit. That shit was not like.
Yeah, but you probably had like a lot of breeze too, so like a lot of snow probably breezed over, make it more than what it was.
Nah, like I had 15 inches on my car.
Oh damn, yeah.
Like on top of my car, not like a snowbank, like
nah, real
straight,
deal.
Real deal.
Yeah,
15 inches of snow.
Alright, cool. So it wasn't like plowed up shit.
Plus the plowed up shit at the end of the driveway.
Yo, that shit is gross because it's not just snow that they're pushing; it's ice and salt. So it's like it will melt down, and then when it's cold, it will get hard. So it's like hard ice and snow.
Right, you can't even drive over that shit.
No.
Like, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get out here and shovel.
Yeah, man.
But
yeah, it's good exercise. I like it because for me, I don't go to the gym like you do, and like I was saying, I know a couple of weeks ago how I'm more into the functional workout, where I'll go and shovel some snow and work on my form, make sure I bend my knees, stand up straight, and then throw the snow over my shoulder if I want to get fancy, or just carry it for a little bit. It's like my little Rocky workout.
No doubt.
So I like it, but I also appreciate my neighbor across the street. He'll come over with his snowblower, and then he'll help out with the driveway because that's that dumb shit.
Yeah, every summer I'm like, yo, I'm gonna buy a snowblower because fuck shoveling. Mm-hmm. And then I never buy a snowblower, and then it snows, and I'm like, damn, should have bought a fucking snowblower.
Yo, it's about to be that season too, because springtime, especially with a lot of Sears closing down and a lot of them hardware places struggling to survive. It'll be the season to get it. But then it's like, yo, it's motherfucking summer. I could be getting a new grill. I could be doing this.
Right.
I could be getting shit for the summertime. You're not really thinking about the wintertime. And like when it snows in the summer, that's the least of your worries.
Like tax day, like first week of May, that's the best time to get a snowblower.
Yeah, but then it's like, do I get the snowblower or do I get the grill? Like, which one am I gonna be using in the immediate future? Like, that's basically a lot of people's mindset too.
It's mine. Like every year, like, damn, I'm going on this trip. I don't need a snowblower right now.
Yeah.
But then here I am, 15 inches of snow. And I'm like,
should have bought that motherfucking snowblower. That shit was electric too.
Not even that. I could have just put some gas in that bitch and drove it around and just snow blowed people out for like $40, $50.
And you know too, I was talking to my son about that, and he was saying that if I had a snowblower and the shovel, it just makes it easier because the snowblower would get like a lot of the top layer type stuff. And then the shovel, you could get down to the pavement and actually be, a little bit more nicer with it. So that way you don't have to throw as much salt.
That way it's quicker too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're moving.
Yeah, but
snow
you know
like
what it's
30
like?
minutes.
You know what it's like too? It's like when you go to the barber and he'll cut your hair and then he'll take off the bit and then he'll give you that nice little fine tuning, at the edges so that way it's nice and neat. That's the way I look at it. So like when I'm shoveling outside, it's like, you know what? I'm not just gonna shovel it and you get patches of snow, because I don't want nobody to try to walk on my pavement on the come up, because again, I spoke about this before, how people will walk on the side on the street, and as soon as they get to our house, they want to walk on the sidewalk. And so I gotta make sure my shit is legit, so that way nobody's slipping and like, oh, my neck, I'm like, nah, not on my shit. Nah, fuck you. Nah, I'm not trying to give nobody any kind of come up on me.
Yo, I put so much salt down, like,
you
I'm not
can't have no garden.
I'm not trying to slip.
Yeah.
So I put a lot of salt, plus like our drain from the roof comes across the front of the house.
Yeah.
And so like you come out the door and you could slip right in front of the house, because it's like a little ice river and shit. So I just make sure I throw mad salt.
Yeah, and that's part of home ownership, because I know my lady was talking about it, about the taking care of the gutters. And with my son and my nephew now, like when the springtime comes around, not just taking care of the backyard so that and try to set it up so that way, and we'll talk about it later about the Carolyn, but actually have a nice little area in the backyard. But put them motherfuckers to work, like clean out the gutters, some basic shit. Because like you said, like when it comes down, you'll have that little river of ice, and it'll just be that one day. Like you forgot to bring the ice, the salt from the car, so now you gotta walk to the car to get the salt, and you gotta walk past this little ice patch. So
it was mad treacherous, but at least what I'm saying. I slipped on that shit a couple times. I didn't fall, but I know better now.
Well, you know what too? Like sometimes it's a gift and a curse, because one thing that happened was kind of a personal story. Like my father slipped on a little piece of ice, and he thought that he just pulled his groin, but he was like, "Oh man, this pain's been with me for like a couple of days. I just slipped on a little piece of ice, like just a little simple slip. Just lost my foot, and he didn't fall or nothing." So then he was like, "You know what?" He went to the doctor. They said that he had like a hairline fracture in his hip, like he cracked his hip. But then they also found that he had cancer. So it was kind of a gift and a curse in itself, because it was like, well, it snapped so easy because you had the cancer in your bones, so that way it was weak. So a simple little slip like that, exposed it. So yeah, snow is like that though. It's as much as I like it for exercise, it is deadly. But
yeah. So interesting week.
Yeah.
Your boy R. Kelly. Still in the fucking news. So
you killed me.
He got obviously he got arrested. He had to go to jail and shit. And then
he got arrested for not being able to pay for his child support. And
well, that was the second time, because remember he got indicted and he was in jail, and then that lady bailed him out.
Oh yeah, with her daycare owner, the lady that supposedly used her
daughter's like
wrongful death
some shit,
money to bail him out.
So then he went back to jail for child support.
Yeah, because he went to court and he was like, "Look, I have a little bit of money. I'm gonna try to put some money down on it." They're like, "Nah, we need it all." Like,
yeah, of course.
I don't have it all. Well, we'll hold you until you get it all. How can I get it if I can't work? Like, I was at work. It is what it is.
So now he's back in the Bing.
Mm-hmm.
But the funniest shit. Wow. He did the interview
with Gayle King.
With Gayle King.
CBS.
Out there acting a motherfucking fool, screaming and yelling, and the best part for me was while he was having a meltdown, Gayle was just sitting in the chair like, "Robert, sit down, Robert."
Robert.
His motherfuckers crying and they're trying to put fucking makeup on him and shit.
And pat him down. Your makeup's starting to smear.
You gotta chill, Robert. Like, shout out to Gayle King for not like.
Really? You gonna give her the shout out?
I'm gonna give her the shout out, man, because she was like really trying to like. She probably wanted to be like,
"Nigga, please.
Nigga, please, sit the fuck down. Acting a motherfucking fool on TV in front of all these white people." You know what I'm saying? But she kept it cool.
Yeah, okay.
I would have rather seen, although I would have rather seen Robin Roberts interview him.
When keeping it real goes wrong type.
Because I think she would have been like more brash with him.
You think so?
Maybe. Who knows?
Well, she went up against the Tupac.
Right.
The gay Tupac.
You know, she kept the gay Tupac in check.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Notice how this dude's kind of disappeared from the news cycle.
Well, he got 16 counts, so his shit was kind of severe when you really look at it. Like,
yeah, he's about to do some time.
Yeah,
he's about to do some time. He won't be in the same cell with Bill Cosby.
Yeah, I see it in a lot of those memes. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Oh boy. Jussie. But with R. Kelly, like, that whole story is becoming like, it's a real deal distraction, because it's not just his whole story. Also during the week, and this was a couple of weeks ago with the whole Cohen testimonies, they also had the pharmacy industry testifying on the Hill, and that got a little play because they said a lot of real shit in that conversation about prescriptions and the prescription prices. But you know what? We're not gonna really talk about that because R. Kelly's in the cycle, and like the father has spoken out, and now the girlfriends have spoken out. And when the girlfriends were speaking out, supposedly R. Kelly wasn't there, but he was behind the scenes, and you know, he would kind of make himself be known, so that the girls would be like, oh, well, yeah, we love him, and we feel like that whole interview was coerced and coaxed. It's just a whole funny.
The one chick that they said he abducted, like, and her parents were like, yo, we haven't heard from her, blah, 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 and then she magically called them after she saw it on the news and was like, I'm good, everything's good. And they were like, yo, but, like, where the fuck are you? And she was like, I gotta go. I just wanted to call you and let you know I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm choosing where I want to be and blah, blah, blah. But then as soon as they started asking her more questions, she was like, all right, bye. And she just hung up. Like, he got these chicks brainwashed, dog. Like, R. Kelly is like a super predator. And, like, like, and then, you know, the whole, what is that, Leaving Neverland came out. Yeah. And that shit was, I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet because I didn't want to give it the streaming numbers yet, because I have a hard time with that. But what were you saying with that?
I was just going to say, like, you know what I mean? It's like, they really, like, the way that they, like, just ran Mike through the ringer and shit. You know what I mean? And but like R. Kelly's like got mad support. It's like he's like the Trump of R&B. Like, everybody's like, yo, this dude is a bad guy. Like, he's a bad guy. And then people are still like, but we still love R. Kelly. Like, people are like bailing him out of jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like almost like the Trump effect. Everybody was like, yo, this dude is nuts. Like, he shouldn't be the president. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Like, nobody should vote for this guy. But then he wins the election. Everybody's like, R. Kelly should be in jail. But then they bailing him out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's like mad sympathizers. It's like the same vibe I get seeing this R. Kelly shit. And then the whole Trump shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like,
yeah, it's weird.
Like, it's so, like, he's so like a super villain that he has like mad support from people who just always root for the villain.
He's the Tony Montana.
Yeah, like, he's like,
like say hello to the bad guy.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
you'll never see a bad guy like this.
He has just like this, because he's like reached like a super villain status.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, oh, this is the guy who represents.
He's the anti-hero.
Super predators. Like, and there's a lot of fucking predators out there, I guess, that's like,
yeah,
keeping, like, they like really like going to bat for this dude. Like,
well, see, with me and that whole,
like, I just think it's weird.
Yeah.
I just think it's weird. Like, it just trips me out because I'm like, this dude been raping little girls since the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Now you want to put him in jail. Mm-hmm. It seemed like he'd been going to court.
Well, see,
for
and
shit.
And I've said this before, and the new age of taking somebody to court is first getting the public opinion on your side first. So what they'll do is they'll come out with a special, or they'll come out with an expose or a tell-all book. Something will come out to bring it back into the public consciousness again. So now it's like, oh yeah, that's legit. Now what will happen is the police department might feel pressured now to reopen some cases and revisit some things. And like, all right, you know what? We're gonna revisit some things.
But they never should have had to revisit it.
Yeah, because he should have been locked up in the first place.
Like the news cycle probably should be R.Kelly released on good behavior after serving 20 years in prison for 17 counts of rape. And
well, the girl was 15 and he served 14.
And kidnapping and all this other bullshit. Like now, like all of a sudden people are like, oh my God, I didn't know R. Kelly was such a predator. It's like, get the fuck out of here. Like, come on, dude. Like, you ain't
and I remember like growing up. I remember I used to have like, and he used to have a joke too. Even though that there was some people that used to have a counter joke, and I'm not gonna go that route. But the joke was 14 will get you 15, right? Like
that was a joke. That's not even funny.
Nah. It's like 14 will get you 15. Like chill down. She's young. Like you don't fuck with no young chicks. Like it's just not the thing to do. Like. It was just simple. 14 will get you 15.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really like that. Never been my thing.
No,
like never like.
So, and that's why I was like, and it was weird. Like some people would feel comfortable around me, and they would say some things. I'm like, all right, you know what, that's cool, whatever. And then they would say some other things. I'm like, you know, you're actually a pretty much of a dirtbag for that shit. like some people said some real dirtbag shit to me. And I'm like.
You know, and all these people too
I
that
ride with you on that one, B.
Anybody that been hiding this motherfucking secrets also need to go to jail.
Yeah, the gatekeepers.
Yeah, like those motherfuckers also need to be in jail.
Now, and you kind of brought it up too with the whole Leaving Neverland or the Michael Jackson shit.
Yeah, I just don't know. I'm not ready to watch that shit because that dude Wade Robinson like need to get punched in his shit.
Well, like, this is the thing though. Like for me, is number one, the guy's dead, right? So you wanna revisit a case on a dead man. Okay, now that's number one. Well, the victims need to be heard. Well, when the victims had a chance to be heard when they were under oath. Right, with the chance of if you're lying, you could go to court, you could go to prison for lying. So now, I guess the statute of limitations have passed, and now they could talk about it. And they was like, well, what we really meant is ... Now, some people online have tried to get at me and say, well, when you watch it, they get into why they lied in the first place. Okay, like the fact is that when they had a chance to tell the truth, and if they lied under oath, they had the potential of going to prison. Like now, all of a sudden, they're telling the truth. Like,
right?
What is the penalty of them lying now?
Well, perjury is illegal, but who knows what the statute of limitations is?
And that's what I'm saying is that I think
perjuring yourself. But I feel like this: if you can lie in court to keep a guy out of jail, now you're changing your story and saying that you lied because he gave you money, or you didn't want to be bullied, or whatever the fuck it was. If that guy can now go to jail, if like say Michael Jackson was still alive, right? If he can now go to jail, you can now go to jail because you perjured yourself the first time around.
Yeah.
So if the first time around we let this guy go because you lied, if we putting him in jail now because you telling the truth, air quotes, then you still got to go to jail for lying to the court the first time.
Yeah.
Because this is a motherfucker we could have took off the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody who lied to keep R. Kelly out of jail before, all those motherfuckers need to get brought up on charges too.
And you know what?
To keep these motherfuckers in jail.
You know what too that I find very interesting that nobody really brings up?
That will stop motherfuckers from lying.
Because with the whole Jussie Smollett thing, remember how there was a neighbor that saw what also happened? Like, whatever happened to that neighbor? Like, that neighbor just disappeared? Like, where did they go? Like, was that a real statement? Like, oh, well, I saw them too. Like, did you really?
Everybody just searching for their 15 minutes, man.
Yo, it's real tough. It's real tough. But like with the whole Michael Jackson, and again, like I would watch it on my time, and I'm not watching it now because if I watch it, then it would have the streaming numbers, and then it would say that prosecuting people in this fashion and getting public opinion in this fashion to be on your side, it will make it more viable for people to do it in the future. The guy's dead. Like, now all of a sudden you're telling the truth? Like, if you're lying now, you're not gonna go to prison, right? You're like, you're cool. Like, well, yeah, I needed the money and they paid me and they told me if I didn't do this, they'll rough me up. But whatever whack ass excuse they might try to come up with, but it's just tough for me. Like the whole R.Kelly thing, the man's alive and he could defend himself now, and he's proven himself what he is and who he is, you know. And but Mike is like, dude's dead. Like, shit, let sleeping dogs lie. But letting sleeping dogs lie. I know that. That being said, try to make a little hard pivot here to LeBron James passing Michael Jordan on the scoring list the other night. I know you might feel a little tight about that.
Nah.
No?
Nah. I mean,
LeBron's not making the playoffs, so that's your nice little consolation prize of it all?
It's not even like it's a consolation prize. Like, here's why I don't care.
Okay.
Fuck LeBron. But also, people get past. You know what I'm saying? Like, LeBron is a great player. Nobody's saying that he's not a great player.
Yeah, you play long enough. Yeah.
Now the whole debate is going to be about, oh, now he passed Jordan, so now he's definitely the greatest of all time. But then I also have I have this weird difficulty with and not that I don't think Jordan is the greatest of all time, but I really feel like Kareem is the greatest.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he's all-time leader scorer. He got enough rings.
Not just in the NBA, college.
High school. Olympics.
Yeah, high school.
Like, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was a, winner on all levels, and he has the stats. Uh-huh. Like, he dominated the NBA at a time that had, Bird and Magic and...
Didn't he play against Wilt at some time?
Yeah. Like when big men were big men.
Yeah, and it was an inside-out game.
It was an inside-out game. Like, he probably didn't get as many touches. Well, maybe he did. Who knows? But, I mean, obviously he got enough touches. But he was also shot a high percentage. The skyhook was unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? So, if you're talking about, the real greatest ball players of all time, that list should start with Kareem.
And he fought Bruce Lee.
And he fought Bruce Lee. Not that Jordan isn't, you know what I mean?
Jordan went against the Monstars. So I don't know if that's equal.
You know, and Jordan is a beast. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no conversation. Like, I feel like LeBron, there's no conversation about how dominant he is. You know what I'm saying? He could be a better clutch shooter. So in that aspect, he shouldn't be on that level because he doesn't have that killer instinct to me. Like, he'll I don't know, he loses his interest in the last 4 minutes, especially when the game's on the line. Like, he's not gonna take the ball. He always makes the right play, but sometimes to like Kobe's not passing the rock if you're not wide open, and he can make the shot. He's gonna take the shot. Jordan passed to and they're like, oh, well, Jordan passed. Yeah, but Jordan passed to Steve Kerr because the double team was coming, and he didn't have the shot anymore.
Yeah.
If he would have had the shot, he would have took the shot.
Yeah, if Jordan would have took the shot, everybody would have been like, "Damn, this motherfucker's a real gunner."
Not even because he took the shot against that Brian Scott?
The push-off.
The push-off. But still, he had the shot. He took the shot.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron will have the shot and still pass the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nah, dude, you're LeBron. You're the toughest defensive assignment on the court.
Well, it depends on like what you look at too. Because number one, like, LeBron took less shots than Jordan to get to his point right now.
He was
right?
more efficient.
So he took about 3,000 shots less than Jordan. Number one. Number two, he's also in the top 10 in passing and assists. Jordan's not in the top 10.
Right.
So LeBron doesn't just have like top 10 numbers in scoring. Well, top 5, about to be top 3 because he's about to pass Kobe. But he's also top 10 in rebounds and assists.
But
so,
like his stats,
like his numbers. So people will say that LeBron's a gunner or Jordan. Like LeBron's not really a gunner.
I'm not even.
He's more
I'm not even
passer.
arguing the stats about why he doesn't go above Jordan because everybody talks about you got to have the rings, right? Like you got to win, which is why Kareem is really the greatest to me because not only did he win, he also had the stats.
Yeah.
Jordan had like a good amount of the stats, but he mostly had the winning.
And then Bill Russell has the rings.
Right. Bill Russell has the rings, but Bill Russell doesn't necessarily have the stats.
Yeah.
Kobe's got rings and stats. LeBron has stats, but no rings.
Karl Malone has the stats and no rings.
Karl Malone has the stats and 0 rings. You know what I'm saying? So like when you look at the list, it's like the reason why Tom Brady is considered the GOAT in the NFL over a Peyton Manning, who has better stats, Dan Marino, who has better stats, Drew Brees, who has better stats, is because he has the rings.
Yeah, but then you see
you gotta have the rings,
but then you
to elevate you.
But then you'll run across the people like a Robert Horry.
He doesn't have the stats.
But he has the rings.
But he doesn't have the stats.
Robert Horry got 7 rings?
Yeah, but the rings.
Yeah, you see,
the rings are like the equalizer.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. If it's me and you, and we both got the same stats, then it goes to rings. Yeah. But you shouldn't even be able to get in the category without the stats. The reason why LeBron is even in the conversation is because he has the stats.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
He doesn't have the ring count as much, but he has the stats.
But he has the stats, so you gotta.
So like with his stats though, like I was saying too, is his stats isn't just points; it's rebounds and assists.
You know, Shaq got stats, and he got rings.
See, the one mind blowing stat with Shaq is as dominant as a force as he was as a center, right? He's never led the league in rebounds.
I know, that's weird.
That one stat alone blows my mind. Like when I heard that, I'm like, yo, hell no.
He was in the league at the same time as like Olajuwon. And Dennis Rodman.
No, but I forgot the motherfucker's name. I think his name was Michael Carr. I remember he had I could see the baseball card.
And Alonzo Mourning. Like it was a lot of big time rebounders.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be the most dominating force. So what? Like you're not shooting free throws. You're not shoot. That wasn't the NBA where your big man was shooting 3-pointers. Like if you shot outside the paint as a big man, you had to be a decent jumper with Olajuwon or Patrick Ewing or Rick Smits. Like you, Arvydas Sabonis.
Yeah, you said Rick Smits.
But like Arvydas Sabonis, like he was more of he'll be in the paint. And he'll probably bring you out a little bit. And Sabonis was starting to be like the stretch big man. He would shoot a couple of 3-pointers. Even though Manute Bol had that little stretch where he had mad 3-pointers in a game.
Yo, that's a dude that just been dunking on everybody.
Manute Bol?
Yeah.
No, that's like saying Sean Bradley should have been dunking on people. That motherfucker was frail as shit.
Yeah, it's true.
Come on. That motherfucker was frail. Like, come on, man. Like, come on. Sean Bradley? Oh, man. Motherfucker 6'7", and like you just jump and body him and he'd go flying. You know what that was like? Remember this? And we was playing this on my birthday. That hockey game Remember the hockey game where like that skinny dude, he's mad quick, but as soon as you touch him, he'll go flying. That's Sean Bradley. You know that's a minute bowl.
Yeah, right.
Oh man.
I don't know. He didn't even try to.
He did. Like, but that's back in the day when like centers didn't mind getting dunked on because like their job was to protect the rim. So yeah, somebody goes up for a dunk 10 times, right? You're blocking 8, and you get dunked on twice. The percentage of you getting dunked on isn't that bad, but people always be like, "Yo, you see when he got blocked on? Yo, he got dunked on. Yo."
That's because they don't put blocks on posters. Like if you had a poster, you tossing somebody's shit.
Well, see, I saw the change happening when they kind of outlawed Mutombo from doing the finger wag because that became a technical that's taunting.
Yeah,
like,
fuck soft ass. Like somebody got thrown out of a game for like just cursing out loud the other day.
Nah, I saw Trey Young got kicked out of the game. Nah, he was just looking at a dude.
Yo, he stared at the ref too long and got kicked out of the game.
Nah, he was looking at the player because like the player had a little.
Chris Dunn.
Yeah. They had like a little tiff early in the game, so like he was looking at him after making a shot.
At what point did basketball become so soft that? Oh wait, I know when they got rid of hand checking.
Hand checking.
As soon as they got rid of hand checking, the fucking game got soft.
But you see,
and then the refs got soft, and now you can't intimidate a motherfucker. Like, isn't that kind of part of sports?
See, that is the part of the NBA now that I said that you create a Steph Curry, because now with hand checking, you can't just swing and take your shot because somebody's hand is on you. Now you have the space to swing and just come up with your jump shot.
Well, yeah, but I get that. And the game is faster and it's higher scoring and all of that.
Yeah.
But they should be able to, like, I like the hand check because it forced the game to be a little more physical. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it allowed one person to kind of like I feel like intimidation is a good part of sports. Mm. It doesn't have to be like, talking about a motherfucker's mama. But like
you get like a Charles Oakley or Anthony Mason,
you stare down.
You go up for a layup and you get a hard foul. Then you're like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the next side, and then you get another hard foul. Then you're like, you know what? I'm not going to this hole because I don't want the hard foul.
Well, now guys are just like,
yeah,
they can breathe on me too hard, and I'm gonna go to the line. You know what I'm saying? If I just flail my body a little bit. And
James Harden is the king of that bullshit with the head flap. Every time he takes the dribble, his head flaps back.
That's because he went to the Vlade Divac school of flopping.
Vlade
Divac. Shout out to Vlade Divac. The greatest flopper in sports history.
I think he's the GM of the Kings now, isn't he?
Yeah.
And the Kings are making a nice little turnaround too.
Yeah, because they learned how to flop from the master, yo. Like, I feel like he goes to, like, soccer teams and teaches, like, because that's the other big sport with his mad flopping.
Well, now they give out yellow.
In soccer.
It is, but they give out yellow cards for blatant flops now. Like, you can't just flop. Like, somebody trips you and now you're holding your neck. Like, people are on to you.
They all went to the Vlade Divac's Flop Academy. James Harden is the valedictorian of that shit. But, like, because the game is so soft, like, he'd throw up a jump shot and just make a little move.
Yeah,
a little head move, a little jerk.
And then with the bed, the bed flapping up too, it looks worse. It's like wrestlers having long hair to sell the bit.
And then the ref is just like, oh, he must have got fouled. They probably didn't even see that shit.
Yeah.
But they're gonna call it because he made that little funny move. Mm-hmm. Shout out to James Harden because that's just smart basketball.
Yeah.
But with a hand check, now his game got to change.
Yeah, but you see, like what he does is.
But then James Harden probably would still be successful though, because he got that little funny like triple step back.
Yeah, well, you see, this is what people do, right? You have your hands out, right? Because you can't have the hand checks. You can't have your hands on the person, so you have your hands out. So what he'll do is he'll have his back to you, and then he'll swing underneath your hands, and then go up for the shot. So your hands are automatically underneath, like his hands. Underneath yours, so now it's a foul.
Oh yeah, no, he's I fucks with James Harden. I wish he would like pass the ball a little bit more.
I liked him better when he was with OKC on that team of 3.
I always liked James Harden. I
wanted to until he
but
started flopping.
the motherfucker flopped too much for me. But James Harden is an assassin. Like, he rock you to sleep with that. He
Not
rocks
in
you
the
to
playoffs.
sleep. Huh? Not in the playoffs. He's still like on like Alex Rodriguez status when it comes to playoffs. But he'll like watching him, like, aside from like the triple step back travel, like
the little side step.
like, he really rocks people to sleep. Like, and it's like, yo, how do you not know this shit is coming? Like, the ISO.
He give the simple little dribble and the little head bob. The
little left, right, triple step back, bang, in your eyeball. Like,
give you the little Antoine Walker little dribble with the head bobble.
It's like he rocks you. He rocks you to sleep, and you're so worried about the crossover that you forget that he's about to step back on you.
But then he'll drive it to the lane too. Like, he's a beast though.
Like, he's probably, like, right now the best one-on-one player in the game.
Yeah, because, like, if anything, like, Carmelo Anthony, he's a dinosaur. Like,
I mean, like,
he's
like
out
right
the
now.
Yeah, no, in the league, actually.
In the league right now?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But they still gonna get fucking smashed in the playoffs because, well, he's been load managing his minutes.
Who?
James Harden.
Oh, okay.
You know, instead of playing 48, he's playing like 44. You know, just to give him that, like, I guess, a little bit of extra rest, rather.
Well, right now in the West, I
plus
think
Chris Paul is back, so he don't have to take 75 shots a game.
He still does. He still does. You know, it's just the shots are gonna come from somebody else's pocket. You know, like Paul is gonna get his shots, so it's just gonna come from somebody else. It's not gonna come from Harden. I was like, oh yeah, you're back. That's cool. Somebody's gonna have to give up some shots.
Who's losing shots?
Who's going to be giving up shots? Not me.
And I think it would only be an issue if he was missing. Like, his shooting percentage is trash, though.
Who?
James Harden.
I haven't really.
Like, he'll score 30, but he'll only make like 9 shots.
Yeah, no, but
out of like.
Oh, no, because he's always on the foul line.
He'll go like 9 for 40.
He's always on. Yeah, no, he's always on the foul line. Like, he's good for at least 15 points on the foul line, easy a night.
Yeah, but I mean.
Yeah, and
he's
then
9 for 40.
And then you hit like 5 3-pointers, so that's 15 right there. So 15 from the 3-pointers, 15 from the foul line. That's 30.
And then like a layup bucket.
Yeah, and 1.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing it.
But he's gonna have to be considered as part of the conversation at some point towards the end of his career, because he's gonna have the stats. Yeah. But he might not have the rings.
Yeah.
But he's gonna have like Charles Barkley type stats.
And people like, yo, he's one of the greatest scorers of all time.
Or Reggie Miller.
Well, I don't know if he's that durable, but you think that he can possibly break the top 5?
No. Of all time?
Yeah.
No. No, he's this generation's Reggie Miller.
Okay.
Like, fantastic shooter, scores, gets to the basket, always on a good team, never gets to the mountaintop.
Fuck Reggie Miller. Cheryl Miller is much better player than he is.
Well, everybody knows that shit.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. Like, he knows that shit.
Yeah.
Like, he tells people that he's not better than his sister.
Funny thing is I feel like her moment's passed.
Cheryl, yeah, she played in the 80s.
No, it's not just that. It's like when she came up, like, they didn't have a WNBA.
Yo, if they would have had a WNBA,
like her, Dawn Staley, like
Cheryl Swoops,
a young Cheryl Swoops, because she played in the older league. But yeah, it's like, but when the WNBA came around, like, she was too old for the league.
Yeah,
like, with female coaches in the league, like, she's not really there. Like, she was one of the first female sideline reporters. And now it just seems like her moment's passed. Like,
well, because she's not pretty.
Well,
like, as much as we don't want to talk about, the sideline reporter gotta be some eye candy. And Cheryl Miller used to just rock that weird afro. Then she had to weave for a minute.
She had the poetic justice braids for a bit.
But she had the poetic justice braids. But like, she was like,
oh man,
you can't have.
No, but she was solid. But like, even as a coach, like, it just seems like other females are getting chances to coach on male teams. Like, did she even get a chance to coach a WNBA team?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe she doesn't want it.
That too.
Or,
That too.
I mean, there's always the whole thing where like great players are not always great coaches.
Yeah.
Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas.
No. Larry Bird was a decent coach. Didn't they make the playoffs?
Yeah, but that team was loaded. I could have coached that team to the playoffs.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, probably. You know what I'm saying? But like that's the team that had like Tim Hardaway, not Tim Hardaway, Mullins and Steven
Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson.
My
and,
boy. Oh yeah.
Like they had
the Davis boys.
the Davis
Antonio
brothers. Yeah, they had a squad, man. They was making the playoffs with
Aaron McKee.
anybody as their coach.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
shit.
Even what's his name? Kevin McHale had to go to the WNBA, and he's still not considered a great coach.
And Lambert. No, but Lambert was winning.
Bill
shit.
Lambier.
No, Lambert was winning shit, wasn't he? For
Lambier
Detroit?
was winning shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won like one of the first WNBA titles.
Damn.
But like not every great player. That's why like these dudes. It was an interesting debate, but on the football side, where they were talking about like all these players, like they're not hiring like a lot of specifically like black players, but also like the argument was like, yo, great players are used to being great. They don't. They spend the time being great. Coaches. That's why they're like so many coaches were never like great players because they knew they weren't great players, so they focused more on like the teaching aspect of the sport
Well, they had more time.
and the strategy because they never played.
They had more
or-
time to sit on the bench and watch greatness happen in front
Right.
of them.
They never played. But they were in the same meetings. You know, they're the guy standing next to Tom Brady, giving him the insight. Yo, Tom, I'm noticing, blah, blah, blah. Check that out when you go out there. See if you read it.
Yeah, 'cause
Tom Brady throws for a touchdown.
They had the best seat in the house, sitting
Right.
on the bench.
So it's like, Cheryl Miller, great player. She probably don't want to spend. Plus, they got coaches, managers on that level. They spend like they're in before everybody, out before everybody. They don't get no days off. They're always working. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is like so like more intense from a preparation standpoint. When you're a great player, you just show the fuck up, be great, go home, do an interview. You don't have to sit and watch all the film.
Yeah.
You only got to watch the film for the dude that's going to be guarding you. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to watch. You don't got to scout new talent coming in. You don't got to go have all these meetings. You just show up,
And do your job.
do your shit.
And go home.
Yeah.
No, and I can see that.
Now,
you're sitting on the bench and you're watching the coach talk about executing a play, and then you're sitting there watching people actually executing it. So the pressure isn't really on you to do anything, but to actually watch.
And for less money. So you got these guys making 30, 40, 50 million dollars a year. They're supposed to just, and they don't have to work now because they got like hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank. You want me to work 5 times as long for 20% of the money? Like, who's the highest paid coach? Probably make like 5 to 7 million. That's the kicker makes more money than that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and the kicker is doing less work than the star. He's showing up. He chilling on the bench.
No, kicker got to make laps too.
Hey, we need you out here. Real quick, comes out, 5 seconds, boom. Kicks the ball, might make a tackle.
Come on.
Kick a field goal.
Come on, man.
That's the most stealingest money in the NFL.
Now, remember Adam Sandler had a song, Lonesome Kicker?
Listen, the kicker's stealing money. Like some of these dudes, Martin Gramatica, like his whole family, he got his whole family in the league.
The long snapper's not stealing money?
Well, the long snapper's stealing money too. But like, but the long snapper is making the league minimum.
Yeah,
Adam
but
Vinatieri signed.
but long snapper got to actually take the brunt of at least for 7 seconds,
Right.
Like, and then you got to hold your line after you hike the ball. You got to hold the line for 7 seconds.
You can't even breathe on the kicker too hard. When you get too close, he falls down after he kicks the ball. It's a flag.
Nah, it's a legitimate part of the game. That's like trying to take out. I don't want to say pinch hitters, but No, it's like DHs.
No, it's like the super fast guy. In baseball, it's the super fast guy that they put on base late in games.
The base runner.
Just to steal bases.
Yeah, he can't hit. So so you got your big bruiser up there that can't run, but he can hit the shit out of the ball.
Yeah.
So you intentionally walk him because you don't want him to slap the shit out of your pitch. All right. So he trots down to first base. As soon as he gets to first base, tweet. All right. You know what? Speedy, you on the base.
Yeah, we need this run. We need this score from first.
Yeah, that's how the Red Sox came up on the Yankees.
That guy,
with Dave Roberts, how he ended up stealing second.
And then depending on how good that guy was in college, he might have got signed for like $5 or $6 million. He's good enough to make the big leagues
and just run
and just chill. He might get 100 at bats a season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but he made $5 million,
and he's getting paid to chill.
And his money's guaranteed, whether he plays or not.
You know what though? That's actually a good transition though, and that's a nice pivot. But go ahead.
You know, I want to be that guy, the third string QB. That motherfucker is just a professional clipboard holder. But those are the guys that end up being coaches. It was my original point. Mm-hmm. And shit. Now you got even Jason Witten, superstar tight end, went to the booth. Mm-hmm. Was okay. They kind of like threw him in the fucking hot flames, putting him on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Without no pedigree, building up. But he was like
trying to get the next Romo.
He can make more money playing football at 40 years old.
And he doesn't really have to be the star.
And he doesn't have to be the star. And he just has to show up, catch like 5 balls, maybe score a touchdown, and then he's good.
Well, and now this is why I said it's a good pivot. And he also has to stay off the weed. Because that football player, David Irving from the Cowboys, how he's going to step away from football because he doesn't like their policy when it comes to drugs or drug use and foreign substances, where they allow you to take certain drugs and painkillers that have been proven to result in kidney failure, but they won't allow you to smoke weed. So he's like, look, at the age of 25, you know what? I'm good with the NFL. I'm going to smoke my weed, and I'm going to be good.
A la Ricky Williams.
But at the point, Ricky Williams had to come back because they were like, look, you owe us $3 million.
Yeah, Ricky Williams.
And he was like, I'm good, guys. I'm ready to go. And he had to work. It was basically kind of like slavery in a sense where he had to come back and be off the weed and pay back his debt. Because it was like, yo, you have to pay us back $3 million of your signing bonus or whatever the shit was. He had to come back and play football. But this guy, he's stepping away from the league. He could have easily been a third string linebacker or just sit on the bench. And all he had to do was not smoke weed. Like, it gets to a point is, where are you?
I'm in a couple different places with this, right? Okay. Because
you could be
here's my outlook on this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about natural pain management.
Yes.
Right? And I feel like every sport should allow marijuana as part of their pain management regimen because it's safer than 95% of the drugs that they're going to give you for the pain management. So I think that maybe this will spark the conversation, maybe it won't, but it should already be sparked. It's just probably another matter of years before it's acceptable as a pain management option. Because I don't think that smoking marijuana makes you like physically enhanced as far as like a PED, but also like we were talking before the show, like it puts you in a relaxed state, especially in an impact sport. The more relaxed you are, the less likely you are to break a bone because your body is not as rigid. However, it's not legal. So
not in every state.
It's just not legal. Like in the NFL, Like it's not. It's on their banned substances list.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
at this point, I get it. But how bad do you want to smoke a non-physically addicting drug to give up
millions
$10 million
to possibly sit on the bench,
knowing that first of all, there's no such thing as a random drug test in the NFL. It's not part of the player agreement, so they're already notified of that shit. I know for a fact that the little cheap ass drinks that you buy at the smoke shop, you could take them shits like a day before and
they
still
don't always work.
Listen, trust, like at least for me,
it's
but
a 50-50 crapshoot with me.
For a motherfucker that big, he might have to drink 4 of them. But there's so many detoxifying elements that nobody should ever fail a marijuana test.
Especially when you're making that much money.
When you know it's coming. But most importantly, dude, like, weed doesn't have that kind of an addictive quality to it. It's more like a pain. Like, if you're using it for pain, I get it. But for 16 weeks, you can't stop smoking weed?
Nah, but
they don't test you in the off season.
Well, it's the off season right now, and he's quitting in the off season.
Yeah, because he's probably facing a suspension.
Yeah, I think he is.
When he gets back, you know what I'm saying? Because he failed some shit in week 16. Like, the football season just ended.
Yeah.
So these could be drug tests that he took weeks ago.
The exit test.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But
you get bagged on your way out.
Season's over.
Hold on.
Get high all summer if that's what you want to do. And then when the season starts again, when it's time to go back for like OTAs or whatever that shit, then you just stop smoking. Just like when you got to get a job and you're like, yo, I can't smoke for a little while till I get this job. And then you get the job and you start smoking again because you know when the tests are coming up. Like, hey, drug test on such and such a date. Stop smoking again. Take your test.
Hopefully you got at least 3 days.
Pass your shit. Go back to smoking. Like, if it was that like rampant of a situation, regular people would be losing their jobs all the time for smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? So, should it be part of the pain management regimen? Absolutely. But for millions of dollars, bro, you gotta just not smoke. Yeah. Like the NFL personal conduct policy is so crazy, and I think in most sports, because they don't want you like playing even pickup basketball in a lot of sports, so you can't be doing no other shit.
No
that's
motorcycles.
No motorcycles. No fucking
sailing.
None of that like high energy shit, like the X Games shit. You can't do none of that shit. But you fuck yourself up playing a pickup game, you could lose your contract.
Yeah, especially in football where it's non-guaranteed.
Yeah, like then you gotta lie and tell somebody you like fell down a flight of stairs, or you slipped in your driveway, or
it was that patch of ice, over by the gutters. You
know what I'm saying? Like, because you want to go play pickup basketball with your boys. Fuck that, yo, fellas, I'll see you there.
Nah. Come on, nigga. Come on, yo.
I'm gonna just shoot around, baby.
You scary. Come on, man. Well, you Hollywood now. You got millions. You can't even ball with.
And it's the same type of like situation with anything. You know what I'm saying? Like singers who smoke don't make sense to me. Like you make all of your money off your singing voice, which should never be strained.
You know what? Recently,
from you not taking care of that shit. Like I make a lot of money off my voice. You make money off your voice. This is what we do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm always like I talk 100% of my job just about. You know what I'm saying? So why would I like even like a call center rep? Like you make your money with your ability to sound happy and professional.
Yeah.
Now, granted, having a raspy voice is not going to fuck you up as much.
Unless you're Kathleen Turner.
Unless you want to just get called sir a lot as a lady.
Ma'am, sir.
You know, but like from like people like that are like famous that they get money off their voice. Why would you smoke?
You know, and this is weird because
same shit.
I've been seeing in some documentaries a lot of jazz singers used to smoke a lot of cigarettes.
How?
I don't understand it. Like what? Like how you smoke going through like 2 packs a day and playing a saxophone? I don't understand.
Some shit is just magical. But overall, but maybe their regimen is crazy. Maybe they don't drink any alcohol, so they smoke. But they do.
Or they condition themselves
they
to
do
that
like
degree.
They do like a hot toddy with lemon and honey to keep their shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
there's ways
possible.
around it. And what I'm saying is, because I mean, I smoke, but I take care of my voice. But I also don't talk unnecessarily. Like, I spend a lot of quiet time, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm not doing some shit that involves me, like, having to be, like, super, professional on a microphone.
You're not wasting your voice.
I'm not, like, just, I'm not really a super talkative dude anyway, but.
It's like that Eddie Murphy movie where he only had, like, 1,000 words.
Yeah.
And, like, he had to measure his words.
But you got to take care of your shit. You don't yell and scream at motherfuckers and, you know, saying, but those are the sacrifices that I make, you know what I'm saying, for my craft.
The greater good.
If your craft is sports and your league has not accepted marijuana, then you got to do something else.
Yeah.
But really lobby for it. Like, if I was this young kid, I wouldn't necessarily, like, just leave the league, but I would push heavy.
Well, he's young enough where he could possibly lobby for it and make a comeback. Because
right, but why retire? Why not just...
Because he's about to get suspended. So it's like, you know, it's like you're about to get fired and you say, you know what, fuck you, I quit.
But then you lobby to get your job, you lobby to change the rules at your job so you can reapply?
Well, it's different from quitting than getting fired.
Maybe he'll just go play in Canada, because Canada has recreational marijuana now in the whole country.
Well, that too. You know, you see, bang, you got it. But again, it just looks better by quitting than getting fired, right? So for him, it's like, you know what, you was about to get suspended indefinitely. Like, you know what, fuck you, I quit. Okay, well, you quit. See it. Like, you know what, I didn't get fired from the job. I quit. I left them. I had a difference in opinion, so I decided to leave.
Because I got to do me.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Because after that 4-game suspension, guess what he's going to do? Make like $4 million. Like, maybe I'm just built different. Like, I'm not sacrificing my millions so I could smoke a $30 sack of weed. Like, fuck out of here, B.
And that's the question is, like, have you ever smoked in your life? Ever smoked in your life? A $5 million joint? Like, that's really what it is. Yo, you smoke this joint, that's $5 million right there.
Yo, even on that, you ever watch that show on Vice, Most Expensivest? With 2 Chainz?
Nah, I haven't got around. I've always used to see the commercials.
Like a gold leaf blunt. This shit
I
was
had
like
a gold leaf for my birthday.
But that shit was like only like $5,000 because it was like made out of actual gold, like paper.
Yeah,
but that's still only like $5,000.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like the math just don't make no sense to me.
Yeah, and I see what you're saying.
It's like even with Bob Kraft, like I feel like these dudes get money, and Kraft probably always had money, but like especially like the leagues across the board like should require these kids to just go through like financial management and just like, and I know like teams do it, but they gotta like keep these kids. It's like when you're at work and you have to
see.
Like,
it's not just.
It's like no. It's like when you work in a corporate America and they give you all these like trainings throughout the year.
Corporate compliance.
It should be like, yo, you know what?
Securities.
We halfway through the year. Let's talk about.
Make sure you do the sexual harassment training.
Yeah. Let's talk about why you shouldn't spend $5,000 in ones at the strip club and get caught out there on video doing some shit.
Yeah, but you could make them take the class. It doesn't mean that they're gonna follow the rules.
But at least
like,
you've done.
They would just go through the motions, like I'm done. All right, bang. And then they end up in the same position that they just left class talking about.
But if it works for half of them, then it's a win. With anything, you always know that not everybody's gonna listen to you.
But they already have those conferences with I don't know if he still does it, but Herman.
Well, Herman Edwards, so he yells at them, but it's like only at the beginning of the year.
You don't want to get a Mr. T starter kit with the gold chains.
Right. But there's nobody keeping track. You know what I'm saying? Like the NFL needs like the sports teams need like mentor programs. Like, yo, bro.
Well,
like,
Des Bryant had that for a bit with the Cowboys.
Yeah. Like, listen, I'm trying to tell you these things because I already did this shit. Don't carry your own gun, Plaxico Burress.
Yeah.
You got security for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be punching people in the face. You got security for that. Like, don't drive drunk. You're rich now. Get a driver. You know what I'm saying? Call one of your boys. He'll drive you around for free.
Mm-hmm.
Don't drive your own shit drunk.
Just get them tickets to backstage.
Like, yeah, like these player like conduct contracts are full of like you got money now, playboy. Like, act right.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you can't, like, all the things they don't want you to do is so that you can continue your career. Yeah. It's not like they're trying to like handcuff you.
Well,
they're like, yo, bro, this is how you continue to make all these millions of dollars and have a 15-year, 20-year career out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? This is what you do with your money.
And that's how you sell the sport too, is, all right, well, if you go into this profession, you will have at least a 7 to 10 year lifespan, if not more. You can expand that by doing certain things. This would be beneficial if you look after your health. This is the certain regimens that you should look after.
And it's like case studies. These are the guys who did what we told them to do. You see them on TV. You see them. They got big houses. They all still got their money. You know what I'm saying? They're still wildly successful. These are the people who didn't do what we told them to do. And they're the Andre Risons of the world.
Oh, shit, damn.
You know what I'm saying? Versus the Deion Sanderses of the world. Both super flashy guys. But Deion was good with his dough. And he had the right people in his corner. And he paid attention to them.
Well, it must be the money.
Now he's on TV. And still chilling. And still making that NFL money. Versus Andre Rison, who's probably teaching a gym class somewhere right now.
Ah, damn it, man.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's broke.
Deion Sanders is growing hair as Andre Rison got the receding hairline.
Right. You know, like,
oh man,
the shit is set up like that because it works.
Yeah. And
now, does that mean that you shouldn't lobby for certain shit to try to get shit changed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, not smoking weed, like, man, nothing really bad happens from motherfuckers smoking weed, except they late for shit. But
not necessarily.
Well, I'm just saying
they might either be super early because they're paranoid on being late.
True.
So it could work in that way too. So it doesn't always have to work towards the negative. So
you know, I don't know. I just think that I would never just quit. Like, I make $5 million a year, $10 million a year. And
you only thing you have to do is stop smoking weed.
For 16 weeks, 25 maybe if you count preseason and playoffs.
All right. So wait, that's like really and truly. That's like if somebody says, okay, you know what, we're gonna give you $100,000 a year. Can't drink coffee though.
Yeah, that's easy.
No, for you. But wait, not just coffee. No caffeine. So that's in tea, Red Bull, soda.
They make decaf. I don't drink their other shit. You know what I mean?
But you're going to have some long hours where you're going to be tired.
5-hour energies don't have caffeine in them.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well,
you know what I'm saying? Like, there's alternatives.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
And for, like, good money, why is it not worth it? Like, you providing for your family. This kid is 25. I'd venture to say, I don't know this for hard fact, but 80% of motherfuckers in the NFL came from nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll be good for the first 2 years, and then he'll start to dig into the savings into the third year.
Oh damn! The fucking boiler just came on and shit.
Oh, it kicked on you. Oh,
that's all that roaring in the background and shit. We're not standing next to a flame.
No, it's the boiler from Home Alone. the one in the basement.
But I'm curious to see what Jason Witten does. I mean, he's just stealing the check at this point.
Yeah.
Like, but everybody was like, yo, why would he go back? And I mean, some people just love the competition. But he's probably gonna make more money next year in the NFL than he will on TV because they're not gonna bring him back for Monday Night Football. He was terrible.
Well,
but they'll put him on like college or
even if he makes $5 million, that means, and if he would have made $1 million in that season on Monday night, still it's $5 million.
Right.
You know, so. Well, the other thing too, well, no, because even with Monday Night Football, you're on the road, so you're not really home. You know, you might want to be in the locker room.
Yo, but it's plush suits and ties and eating out. And I mean,
You can do that before Monday Night
Never
Football.
mind. You in the NFL, so it's not like you gotta like you're not scrunching pennies. He's probably still flying first class.
Yeah, it's Monday Night Football. Like, do you have to pay for your own hotel?
Right.
Like, I don't think that ESPN is gonna put you in the Motel 8, like Motel 6, whatever that shit.
It's on that Joe Budden shit.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
You never heard about that shit? Where Joe Budden was like, that's one of the reasons he wanted out of his deal and shit. Because
they used to put him up.
they
in
was
the
putting him
Motel
up
6?
in like Super 8s and shit.
Oh, damn.
And other people on the label. Excuse me. Other people on the label was staying at like
the Radisson.
Radisson.
The W.
Excuse me.
Label out.
God damn.
I like the Hilton.
That's how you know it's live, people. We're not cutting out the sneezes.
Yeah. Boiler kicking in.
The boiler kicking on. We live
Sneezing.
all the time inside the Wood Grain Studios. Ain't no such thing as post-op. What we giving you is that
I'm trying
absolute 100% authenticated with the blue check mark. All that shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to stand up and walk around because my toes getting cold.
Ah, man, that's because you still got that island blood, man. You've been here too long.
Hell yeah, I still don't like this cold shit. But I know one thing though.
Did we talk about the curling?
No, we didn't talk about curling. Oh, we didn't talk about MC Hammer.
Yeah, fuck Hammer, dog.
Nah, come on, MC Hammer, come on. He's hurting him with the world tour, man.
He's doing a world tour again.
Well, it's MC Hammer, Sir Mix-a-Lot, Dougie Fresh, Kid and Play, Rob Bass, Tone Loc, and more. ...
Damn, that actually sounds like a cool concert. What's gonna be like? Everybody's gonna do like 2 songs.
I think Oaktown 357 might make a appearance.
That's
with
a
the
very
Juicy driving
that's
crazy.
a very Bay Area heavy tour.
Juicy. No, well, Dougie Fresh, Kid and Play. Where Kid and Play really from?
I don't know.
That's an excellent question. I know my lady will probably.
But Hammer's from the Bay.
Yeah. Sir
Mix-a-Lot is from Seattle. Like it's very
Tone
West
Loc.
Coast. Tone Loc from Seattle.
Yeah, well, you know.
Seattle to the Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen, that's actually not a bad show. I don't know what Hammer's gonna like. He's like 60.
No, but I think like from what I saw, some of the tickets, and this was just on. I don't know how much into the nosebleeds, but it was like $60, $70. I don't know if they're coming to the East Coast here, but for $70, you're not gonna go see MC Hammer?
No, I'm gonna go see MC Hammer, dog. Like I was never the dude who try to pretend like they didn't have the Hammer tape.
Or like even the cartoons?
Yeah.
The Hammer cartoons?
The Hammer cartoon on Saturday mornings, like
with the talking shoes?
Yeah. And for those who have never seen, just YouTube the MC Hammer cartoon with the talking ass shoes, man. Like,
oh man,
they like, I don't know, he would like dance on motherfuckers and.
Nah, him was hurting them.
Yeah, but let's talk about our curling team, man. Like, I'm getting excited about this shit.
So you was watching the championship?
I was watching the Briar.
The Briar.
It was on TV the other day. Took some pictures of it, put it on my Instagram.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do a live remote show, but we're gonna do some video. There's gonna be some video. DJ Caveman, DJ Iron Monkey. We're gonna do this curling shit. We're gonna have the first black international Super Trinidadian USA. Like we're gonna be like the all black curling team.
Well, see, we're gonna have to find the little fine points of the game. Like my thing is that I'm starting to learn the lingo, so that's one thing with the sport. So it's like you can't go to a football game yelling home run.
Nah.
All right, like so for me it's like okay, now I gotta learn the lingo. All right, boom.
You'll learn the lingo as you learn the strategy.
Now it's the strategy
and
then the names.
Like yeah,
some of the greats.
We are.
What?
We'll start beeping.
I don't know. I ain't no beeping.
Damn. I might be the only one hearing this beeping.
In your headphone?
That's coming from somewhere. But anyway, I digress. Don't mind the beeping in the background, people. There's something about to explode.
Okay.
Like
it's the Guyanese curling team trying to show up on the scene.
My goal for this is to get a nice little collective of folks that want to curl and go and dominate on the local level, and then
try to enter into some form of an American Briar.
Make the Olympic team. We're gonna make the Olympic team of curling at 40 something years old.
Yeah, 45.
Because curling is that sport where you could be super good late in life, like golf and
shuffleboard,
and bowling. You could be like in your 60s still
poker.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
No age limit.
We got to move on to the like less athletic side of our athletics.
Yeah, because like me playing basketball, like I could go up and down full court twice, maybe, without having to like hold on to my shorts and puffing extra hard, or like grab the rebound, pass it, and not run back on offense. I just stick back on defense.
Yo, I played a hustle the other day, and I didn't die, but like later on that day, my knees were like, "Can I get a Tylenol?" Because I'm hurting right now. But it was good. Like the run was good. It made me feel good. I banged a couple nice little jumpers on these young kids.
But you see, that's the thing though, is you could take Tylenol. I can't take any pills. So like anytime I get any like kind of pain, I can't take pills because the NSAIDs and all like the ibuprofens and shit like that in my stomach, like don't.
Hey, we do got to check the rules though, because we got to make sure that weed is legal in the curling league. Yeah,
because like I was showing you earlier before when we was off my pre-show, I was showing you in that Netflix show Losers, and how they had the curling, and how they had the dudes smoking cigarettes, drinking beer while curling, be the ones smoking weed out there, heavy weed, and just curling.
No, I'm just.
Are you hearing a beep in there? Yes?
I was hearing the beep, but more importantly, just like the boilers seems like it's getting louder. But it is what happens inside the Wood Grain Studios.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
It's live in effect.
Live and in full motherfucking phys-ed.
The boiler might have to have a name or something.
Right. We'll call him Smog.
Benny the Boiler.
That sounds like a smooth Italian mob hitman name.
No, shout out to my man Benny.
Benny the Boiler.
No, well, I work with a dude named Benny. I also work with a dude named Lenny. So the way that we separate them, and I try to tell people like light skinned Lenny and brown skinned Benny.
Sound like a rap group.
Yeah, shout outs to my coworkers.
But fucking curling. It's about to go down. We're gonna get some live footage. It's gonna be on the YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Make sure, hey, Saturday Morning Conversations in a couple different arenas right now. You can get us on SoundCloud, right? You can get us on the SoundCloud. You can get us on YouTube.
Yep.
Right. You can get us on Facebook, obviously.
Facebook.
You can get us on the Twitter.
Oh, where?
Yeah, right. The show's live on the Twitter right now. Mm-hmm. And then what was the other one? Spotify.
Oh yeah.
Spotify. We right there on Spotify. So even if you ain't got the Spreaker app, you know what I'm saying, you could go to all those other spots and get the show week in, week out, all the episodes in order. You could binge listen to those shits.
Oh wait, we don't have a Black Planet page?
Yo, Black Planet's still up?
Nah, you didn't hear about Solange the other week?
Nah.
And how she kind of revived Black Planet?
Solange?
Yeah.
Is that shit owned by Jay-Z and Beyonce now?
No! No. She, I guess that was how she wanted to have her album released, because she came out with an album last week, which is pretty decent.
That's probably why nobody knew about that shit. Cause
it was a couple of people on there. Like, it was kind of a thing.
But you had her release on Black, like, really?
I didn't go back on Black Planet because I didn't want that to be on my search history, and my lady asked me questions about that shit. Like,
it was Black Planet. Like,
no, Black Planet wasn't.
It was a social media network, sir.
Yeah, it was advanced. And I think we spoke about this before, but Black Planet was the shit because, like, when you go on somebody's page, like, you would have their whole intro with the music. So, like, mine was at first, Most Def. Umi says so. You have that that the nice little jazz feel, and you have the background and the pictures and all that other bullshit. Like it is what it is.
Yeah, I was a fan of Black Planet. Yo, it was a cool little site.
I never got into MySpace. I was more into Black Planet, and I was surprised that like it wasn't a bigger thing, especially with the whole Black Lives Matter.
Well, what happened to Black Planet is it eventually just turned into BlackPeopleMeet.com.
Yeah, and I was not trying to participate in that.
You know, they weren't able to keep the social media aspect. Like what Facebook did that MySpace and Black Planet didn't do as well was allow like Facebook started as like a way, like a lot of people use it to stay in touch with their families and shit. Like it was like just a wider platform, and maybe it was a technology.
No, actually, I saw it more of a upgrade to Yearbook. Remember how?
Oh, yep.
And I want to get in touch with some of my old classmates and see how they're doing, and that's what it was at first for me.
And Facebook, I remember, I want to say when they first started, you could reach out and invite people to join Facebook from their email accounts.
Yeah.
Whereas with the other shits, you just had to know about it. Word of mouth. Where I could like email my mom and be like, yo, I got this Facebook shit. Get on Facebook so we can stay in touch.
Yeah.
Versus like maybe you only got their number. Plus it made it like, yo, you could just find motherfuckers and then like build your network like that. I don't know, it was just easier to build the networks.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Black Planet was the shit though.
Black Planet was the shit. College Club, remember College Club?
Nah, I didn't get it.
College Club was like the original, like it was the first like social media site that I saw that was like not like a chat room. And it was like all the different colleges and shit. And then like it was like mad chats on the side, but there was like the first one where like I remember having like a little bit of a separate profile.
I think I might. Wait, did you have this when you went to Bryant?
Yeah.
I think I might have, because I remember using the computer once, and I remember.
College Club was that deal. That was like the first social media shit that I ever did, where it wasn't just chats. It was like little profiles and shit, and then MySpace and Black Planet came around, and then Facebook, and then well, here we are. Twitter.
Snapchat.
There's like a social media. The thing is, like, it's like a social media for everything.
Reddit.
You know what I mean? Any other thing that Facebook did that a lot of other places didn't do, like.
No, that's me.
MySpace probably should have tried to buy Black Planet and combine. Like Facebook was like, oh shit, they got a social media for photographs. Let's buy Instagram real quick. You know what I'm saying? And then Tumblr, and then like Facebook owns a couple of other shits, or they'll just be like, oh, see how Instagram is doing this shit, we're gonna do this shit too, so that people don't have to leave Facebook to go to Instagram. Like when MySpace came around with all these new innovations that Black Planet didn't have, Black Planet didn't add those innovations. Facebook has been adding that shit. Facebook, now you got the story, and you got the picture shit, and you got the quick chat. And
now they're gonna try to do the shit with like what Snapchat does.
Yeah, now you got the live shit, like
shit would delete itself, self-destruct.
You know, so now everything is like Facebook is trying to do what everybody else is doing, and then everybody else is trying to do what Facebook is doing.
Absorb and morph.
So now you have less of a reason to be on multiple platforms, or to just be like, I don't like this one anymore. I'm gonna just fuck with this one because they all have the same shit. So now it's just about preference, or it's about reach. So the reason why we're on so many platforms that do the same thing is so we can reach a wider audience. Yeah. So from our perspective, we got to be on all the social media networks. Or from an individual perspective, a lot of them now talk to each other. So if I want to post a picture, I can post it to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Yeah. We do the show. We post it to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, all at the same time, Spotify, all at the same time. So now there's like a one-stop shop, and because these guys are working together, that allows people to be in like more arenas at the same time, which is perfect for like marketing, which is basically what all the social media is turning into, is like marketing for other shit. But Facebook also has like, it's separate. Like you can have like your personal shit, and you can have your business shit, and they can connect, but not really. Because the people that are on your personal shit don't have to like your business shit automatically.
Yeah.
They don't have to be subjected to all that shit
business
unless it hits your personal page.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's kind of cool, but I don't even know how
cool.
we got to this part of the rabbit hole. But I think we started talking about curling.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's what happens on a Saturday morning conversation.
No, we'll work out the strategy though with the curling because, like, watching that, like I was saying earlier, watching that episode of Losers on Netflix and watching that episode of curling, they was talking about certain strategy that Homeboy had where they had to outlaw that strategy because he basically made the game boring. And during the championship, the Briar, I think it was in '85 or something like that, the fans started booing. Boring, boring. And he was loving it because he was like, yo, I could dominate it so much where I'm just taking all the fun out of it. Like, you're not going to get past me because I'm just dominating so much. And I was boring because I'm going to win. You know, right. It's just a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, I had to check that out. I started watching it. The Losers on Netflix. Watch that shit. It seems real interesting. Just finished the Umbrella Academy. I didn't really like how it ended, but we'll see what happens in season 2. I think enough people watched it, so it's going to come back.
Now you see the joke that I was making with LeBron. Yeah. Rumor has it that you're going to get traded.
Right?
you see how that joke is funnier now.
My girl is watching.
Everybody on that team, even if they didn't get traded, in their mind, they're not on that team no more. That's where they're missing the playoffs.
My lady is watching Murder Mountain.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's about some little small town in Humboldt, California, I think, or somewhere. Mm-hmm. And this, like, they were growing weed on this mountain, in a bunch of places, mm-hmm. like high grade weed, and they were selling it. But then the town was mad small, but it was all like in the mountains and shit, and people would just disappear, never to be heard or seen from again.
Oh, damn!
So, like, the cops, like the little part I was watching earlier before we came over here to the studio and shit, is the police were talking about, like, yeah, like, we never wanted to go up there and shit. Like, we knew we was never solving their cases. Like, motherfucker was just be like, yo, we got some shit going on over here. And they'd be like, yeah, all right. And just let it go. Because motherfuckers was just disappearing.
You know, that sounds like a show I was watching, Happen Leonard. You ever watch that show?
Nah.
Happen Leonard? Yeah, it's kind of a wizard type show. But there was a town that nobody went to because, number one, they were just dumb racist. Like, if you was a black person and you went to that town, just expect not to come back.
You was going to have some problems.
Yeah. So, it kind of sounds like that. But
it was just all around marijuana and shit. Like, it's crazy. I'm going to have to try to watch it because she's been watching it for a couple days now. And
yeah, man. Yo.
Shit gets a little interesting.
I got a couple of shows because I got to catch up on Black Lightning. But that Doom Patrol... The wackest shit about that is that it's on the DC network, and you have to have a subscription or just have different means of getting it. But yo, that show is so fucking crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I saw Captain Marvel.
Did you?
The shit was it was good.
8 out of 10.
More like a 7 because I'm not a huge fan of origin stories.
No. Okay.
I just like to get right to the fucking action. Like, I figured, like, we don't really need that shit. But it was a well written origin story. So, like, it definitely sets up everything for the next Avengers. It takes place
in the 90s.
In the early 90s. So probably
a lot of MC Hammer.
I think it's like 10 years before. Like, chronologically, it's like 10 years before the first Iron Man.
Okay.
Or Captain America. I forget which one was first.
Wait. No, Captain America was first, but technically it was
third or something.
Or the Hulk. The Hulk was the first.
The Hulk was the first one. So it's like 10 years before that. Mm-hmm. Before, like,
so that
Sam Jackson still had 2 eyes. Oh, yeah. Nick Fury.
No, but that's the reason why S.H.I.E.L.D. was created.
Right, basically. Well, no, S.H.I.E.L.D. was already existed.
Oh, before that?
Like, S.H.I.E.L.D. was, but it was new.
Oh, yeah.
S.H.I.E.L.D. was like newest.
S.H.I.E.L.D. was back in the Nazi times.
And, without ruining too much of the movie, like if you read the comic book, you already know what's going on. But like,
you're gonna spoil it anyways.
Yeah, fuck it.
No.
No, I'm not gonna give away like anything from the movie because anybody that's seeing this shit early already knows like the origin. Or if you read the comic books, you already know what happens. Like the beauty of the Marvel cinematic universe is that they're not giving you like anything new. They're just giving you live action comic book storyline.
Well, reimagination of it all.
No, like a lot of it is like very close to the comic.
To the source material?
Yeah. So like if you watch them in chronological order and you read the comic books in the same order, like there's some branch offs, but you'll be right with the story. Like everybody knew what happened with Thanos, but it was about how they were gonna bring it to the screen. Like it wasn't like what happens.
They make slight different changes to them.
They make very small changes though. Like what happens in Avengers, the last Avengers movie, is like very, very, very close to the comic. Well, like obviously they indulge in shit for like movie magic and all that, but like as far as the story follows exactly how. The only difference is like Thanos has this like obsession with death. Yeah. And death keeps curving him, which is why he does the whole thing with the glove and all that shit.
To impress death.
Right.
But death is a person, a female.
Yeah. So obviously they didn't put that in the movie because like who wants to, like I don't think they basically like it's not like appealing to the audience. So he has this whatever the other storyline is. But it's like little shit like that, but it's still like this is what happens in the comic book arc, in the Marvel arc. So this is how the arc is the same.
I have some comic books. It's the Celestial Wars, and they talk about outer space and all this kind of shit.
It's kind of like the comic books for the Marvel Cinematic Universe is kind of what
the storybook,
the Clone Wars are for the Star Wars movies.
Well,
it covers all that in between.
See, and I haven't seen that movie yet, Captain Marvel, but with that arc that you're talking about, I can see Secret Wars as part of the next arc as well. I don't know where they're gonna go with the series after this one because
Endgame is next.
Yeah, Endgame,
and then Endgame is the end of the second wave.
This phase
of. Or the end of phase 2, and then phase 3 is already like outlined online, so you just hop online and read. I haven't really like read all too much into it, but there's a bunch of movies coming out. None of them, Marvel, are Howard the Duck, the greatest first official Marvel superhero.
No.
First official. Howard the Duck came out in like 80 something.
They had some Spider-Man movies and some Captain America movies because. I remember some Captain America movies from like the 70s, and he was on the motorcycle.
Oh yeah. All
right, so
listen,
and then the Spider-Man TV series,
greatest superhero. I'm just talking about movies. Greatest Marvel comic hero, Howard the Duck. Fight me.
He might get a. And I've heard some, but nothing recently.
Like he's made followed up on it, but his character likeness has been in a few of the movies already. So I don't know what they're waiting on. If they need a voice for Howard the Duck, holla at me, Marvel.
Well, if they do a Howard the Duck and Deadpool,
that would be dope.
That would be real crazy.
So they also thought about. I read something where they were trying to use Deadpool, or they were talking about using Deadpool to replace Stan Lee in all the movies. Like for the cameo piece, which I think would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it depends on what they have him do.
Just the same shit, like the same Stan Lee shit.
Just turn around and just be there.
Just with Deadpool, just there.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
That would be kind of interesting, but
I'm mad. I'm looking at that bin over there, and it's black, white, and red.
You got your Deadpool costume in there?
Yeah, it looks like Deadpool. That's what I was like.
But yeah, Captain Marvel was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say that I wasted my money. I would say that they did change some of the stuff in the movie to make it obviously like more appealing for whatever the boring shit in the comic book. But overall, I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. It doesn't jump into my top 10 Marvel movies, but it's definitely like just outside for the setup purposes.
What's your top 3?
For me,
Black Panther? No.
Yeah, Black Panther, Thor,
Thor?
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. Yeah.
And
Guardians
would probably be my top three. Then the first Avengers, and the second Iron Man.
Guardians 1 or 2.
1.
Okay. All right.
But and that's just for the cinematic universe. I mean, like overall, I think, like if you count all the like Marvel characters that have had movies, the first Blade probably was like one of those movies I can sit and watch like every single time it comes on.
Yeah, I'm not into vampires, but
the Blade movie was just dope. Like even if you're not into vampires, like
they've been talking about coming out with it recently, rehashing it.
Yeah, but I mean,
like there's 2 projects.
I don't know if I can watch Blade without Wesley Snipes, to be honest.
No, that he's going to be in it, and I think that they might come out with 2 series. But the thing is with them coming out with 2 different projects, it might be the movie.
I'd like to see them. I'd like to see Netflix do something.
But Netflix and Marvel have that kind of break now.
Disney.
But if it's Disney could have like a Marvel Night series where it's the darker people like Punisher. Then you have Blade. Then you have somebody like Ghost Rider.
Ugh,
right?
Worst Marvel movies ever.
Yeah, no, but if you make it into like a TV series,
Nicolas Cage and Will Smith are the same level of actor. Like they've done more bad shit than good shit, but everybody gives them credit for their huge good successes. Like
who's giving Nicolas Cage?
Con Air, classic.
Snake Eyes.
Face Off.
Face Off.
Like.
But he's never been a good actor though.
Yeah, but Nicolas Cage's like his fame is literally from like Face Off, Con Air,
Snake Eyes,
Matchstick Men. Like those are like.
Raising Arizona.
Raising Arizona was good, but that's really it. Did he play Elvis in the movie too?
Yeah, Leaving Vegas or something like that.
With Kurt Russell. Like.
Oh yeah.
Same with Will Smith. You can only name like.
But Will Smith's been in some decent movies.
You can probably only name like 5
good. Pursuit of Happiness. I haven't seen Bag of Ants.
Bag of Ants was dope. Pursuit of Happiness.
No, he played his position in that movie.
I don't know, but what I'm saying is he's done way more bad movies. Like their ratio is the same. And now Will Smith is producing his own bad movies.
The Aladdin shit.
Like Bright.
Bright
was whack as fuck, son.
Yeah. I'm not gonna argue.
I don't know about this new Aladdin, but
is he producing it?
I don't know. Probably.
No, but he's produced some other shit though.
Wild Wild West.
Nah, he's produced. I swear on Broadway, he's produced that Femi Kuti. Right.
But I'm not talking about Broadway. Right. I'm talking about cinematic. Like Will Smith makes all his money from Men in Black and Independence Day.
And Bad Boys.
No,
but Bad Boys 3 is coming up.
Yeah, but Bad Boy, like first you don't need that, so the movie's probably gonna be shitty.
Nah, come on, man.
Both of those dudes is in their 50s now, so like.
No, come on, man. Like keep hope alive.
But like Ali, he was good in Ali. He was really good in Bag of Ants. I didn't really like him in Pursuit of Happiness. I think he overacts.
What was it? 7 parts or 7 degrees?
Whatever the fuck. I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Okay.
Hitch.
Okay.
That's really it.
You're not going with any of the Men in Black?
No, I didn't like any of them. I mean, they were like box office. They crushed the box office, but I didn't even really like Independence Day.
No?
Nah, I thought it was kind of hokey.
Yeah, I can see
You know what I mean? Like Will Smith does like, they're replacing him as Deadshot. Talking about replacing him with Idris.
Well, because I guess he couldn't.
Because he was whack.
No, because he bowed out because I think
he was whack.
No, the same guy that was doing Guardian of the Galaxy is now doing Suicide Squad, and because of the whole sexual nature of him and the reason why he left Guardians of the Galaxy, Will Smith is like, yo, he's working on this project because of my personal beliefs. I can't work with him.
I didn't see anything about that.
You see, come on, man.
But also, Will Smith was whack as Deadshot, and that was the best character in the movie.
I wasn't really a Suicide Squad kind of guy, so I'm not that. I didn't really have high hopes. So,
meanwhile, speaking of Idris, he's on a reggae song with Sean Paul and Stefflon Don and Wiley. from Great Britain. This shit is hot.
Bosey.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. I'm a fan.
Yeah, no, this dude is, he's out there. Isn't he supposed to be on Saturday Night Live tonight?
Is that tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on Saturday Night Live. Then he has the Netflix show, Turn Up Charlie.
Yep. It just does his thing, man. Like
then he has like that show where like he was a boxer or a car racer. Like he's in everything.
I'm a fan of the dude. He's like the British Denzel.
Yeah, I can see that. And then he has Luther.
Such a great show. But fuck the BBC for making 2 episode seasons. I think we talked about this last week.
yeah.
BBC is so shitty with that shit.
You got 2 episodes in and gotta wait a whole year and a half.
And they take for fucking ever, dog. Listen, these motherfuckers.
18 months layoff.
This is why, like, that one reason why I fucking hate the BBC, but also, I don't know if you ever watched Orphan Black, but they stopped this shit halfway through the season. Then you waited like a year and a half for the other half of the season to come out.
And then they canceled.
And that shit was like 6 episodes, and they fucking just canceled that shit.
Boom, 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 boom.
But that was a pretty dope show too. But yeah, today, my nephew turns 2.
Hey, happy birthday!
Happy birthday to the legend.
Young G's.
His name is Legend, so I call him the Legend.
His name is Legend.
His name is Legend.
Oh, okay. Shout out Legend.
He's 2 today. This is my Pisces, Pisces baby.
Wait, isn't Legend that movie with?
I Am Legend.
No.
With Will Smith.
No.
That actually was pretty good.
That was decent. That was better than After Earth. Let me see. No. Legend was that movie with Tom Cruise, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I swear.
Maybe.
Right.
Who knows? So I'm about to go to.
And Willow was another movie with not
with the little midget.
Yeah, that was another movie. Anyways, but Legend. Second birthday.
Second birthday today. It's my Pisces baby.
All right.
So he's already my favorite because he's a Pisces.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
You ain't got no Aquarius in your family?
My big nephew. He's on February 12th.
All right.
So
Aquarius.
That's my first nephew, big nephew.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That guy?
He's my
on the bus.
He's my cosmic twin. Except I'm way sexier than him because he gets all his sexiness from his uncle. Is what I tell him all the time. But the kid is like 16, and he's already like 6'2". So I want to kick him in the knees because I didn't get that kind of height at 15, 16 years old. But it is what it is. So I'm about to go to motherfucking Monkey Joe's and do little kid shit for a little while.
Yeah, just don't twist your knee where you can't curl.
No. Don't worry, I'm not putting my curling career on the line.
You're not doing none of those trampoline type shit? Where your legs get caught in between the trampoline and the spring type shit? Like, damn, they said step in the middle.
My curling career is ended before it begins in a freak trampoline accident.
Trying to take Lawyer Malloy to court?
Yeah. It's Ty Law.
Ty Law, yeah. Trying to take him to court.
Now he owns Launch, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if Monkey Joe's got. I think it's like Chuck E. Cheese, right?
Either
I've
way,
never even been to that
you're
shit.
taking somebody to court, people's court.
I'm gonna try not to fuck little kids up in the big ball pit.
Yeah, dunking on them and shit. Big guy in them.
Here's the thing, I'm that uncle. I am that uncle. I'm like, what was the dude?
Who?
From Napoleon Dynamite, where he hits him in the face with the football.
Uncle Rico.
Uncle Rico.
Oh, come on. Like, Uncle Rico. No, don't be Uncle Rico. Please,
I'm the uncle that
don't be Uncle Rico.
Is going to expose my nephews to shit that they probably should never be exposed to.
No, but if your uncle...
And I'm going to dominate them in all things. That way when they beat me, they know they earned that shit. Like, my nephew beat me in Madden last year, and I swear, like, made this whole... Like, he was never happier than the day he beat me in Madden, because for years, I crushed his soul.
No, but Uncle Rico was a scrub.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not that. I'm not a scrub.
That's what I'm like,
just talking about the mentality.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the mentality.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a scrub. But,
that's what I'm trying to get you out of that Uncle Rico thing.
I took him to the basketball court last summer and washed him. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't even think
so when he beats you, it's a major accomplishment?
Me, he's going to know that
he's been to the top of the mountain.
Me. Like, the time, like, my dad is 6'3", right? So, like, the first time I beat my dad in basketball, like, I loved that shit. Because, like, every other time I played him, he would fucking just watch me, and he wasn't even that good. So by the time I got to the point where I could just like easily beat my dad, I was like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Checkers, chess, whatever it is.
Oh hell no! I can never beat my father in drafts.
Connect Four, like anything, like you got to keep that like killer instinct. So
man,
I
could never beat my father in drafts. And see, the thing is I might win one game, but the key is to beat him in 3 games in a row.
Yeah,
because, like even back to back is not guaranteed.
Because it'd be like, oh, you're lucky. I beat you. You got lucky.
Whatever.
Now I'm about to show you something.
Yeah, I threw you a bone just to build up your confidence. You want to go again? No, I'm good. You see, that just proves you can't beat me twice.
You know,
now I got to play again.
Right. Shout out, but you also got to be okay with just holding that one victory. Shout out to the homie Nigel. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker beats me like. Well, was beating me because we haven't played since I beat him. Because fuck that shit. He used to beat me in chess. Hard, like just almost embarrassing type losses. And one day I beat this nigga. I beat him on accident, probably because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But I beat him. And he looked at the board and he was like, oh shit, you beat me. And I was like, I fucking retired from chess. And I knocked the pieces off the board.
Game over.
And I left. If I would have had a camera phone at that time, I would have took a picture of that shit, and I'd post that shit on Instagram every year just to remind him because I'm not.
Facebook memory.
Facebook memory that I beat this motherfucker in chess. He's still. I haven't beat him yet in a game of Scrabble, but as soon as I beat him in a game of Scrabble, we're never playing Scrabble again.
That's game over.
Game done.
Yeah,
his brother never beat his brother either, and his brother's like a Scrabble, like a board Scrabble champion, like in the little like
mahogany chest.
Knights of Columbus
mahogany chest,
like Scrabble tournaments.
Oh, you have to have board. 2 keys to turn the chest and it opens.
Yeah, he's real Scrabble. So
it comes up like that panther head in Anchorman.
Yeah,
the Scrabble board just comes up.
But he still, give him credit, like. But his competitive nature is like to beat me at bowling, and he's beaten me, and he still comes back for more. So maybe Nigel. We'll sit down and play some chess. It'll give you a chance to finally try
to recoup
that loss.
So is it? So that's like me and you and
double dribble.
And double dribble.
Yeah, you might.
And that's like me and you in hockey. Yeah, I'm calling quits in hockey.
You might get that run back. I might give you that run back.
USSR.
But on that note,
no collusion.
We'll move on to the soapbox part of the episode because we gotta make some moves to get on with the rest of this Saturday.
All right, soapbox moment.
Hey, you got anything for the soapbox this week?
I'll let you go first while I try to think up my soapbox moment.
Listen, realistically, I don't really have anything on the soapbox this week. I had a relatively good week. I feel like I would not be Petty Luther King if I didn't take this opportunity to tell LeBron to play some motherfucking defense earlier this week. You, LeBron James, greatest player of all time, self-anointed, had to be pushed across the court to go cover the man on the closeout by Kyle Kuzma because your lazy punk ass is trying to load manage your minutes. When you on the floor, play hard, man. People spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on your fucking tickets to come and see you play. Don't half-ass it on the motherfucking court, dog. Like, you can't call yourself the greatest if you take plays off on defense. You want to take a play off? Take yourself out the fucking game, sit on the bench. Then when you're ready to go back in, hit the horn, come back in the game. When you're on the court, play hard, dog. These motherfucking dudes look up to you. And, like, Kobe didn't take no plays off. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
That's all you're going to say?
Oh, and Charlie Ward could get these buckets.
Oh, man.
I'm on my Charlie Ward can get these buckets campaign. Hashtag Charlie Ward can get these buckets. I'm going to get Charlie Ward in a one-on-one. I'm going to add him on Twitter.
You on your own with that one.
That's all right. Charlie Ward, come get these buckets. Anybody can get these buckets, really, but especially Charlie Ward. He's a fucking bum.
So is this like running up and down the court or just standing there just taking shots?
I'll show you one-on-one.
Oh, okay. Right.
Come get these buckets.
Okay.
Like, it's not a shootout. It's a come play this D, Charlie Ward. Get taken to the rack. You get that ice George Gervin Iceman finger roll. Or I'm gonna just pop a couple jumpers in your eyeballs. Either way, you're gonna be embarrassed at the way I beat you up on the court.
And this is for Charlie Ward.
Yo, anybody.
Anybody. Okay.
Anybody. But since we started it with me talking shit about Charlie Ward, he can be the first one.
Like Kevin Durant and
anybody.
Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
Anybody. I ain't worried about Steph Curry.
Kemba Walker.
Anybody. Steph Curry can't play defense. Neither can James Harden. So I just got to play good D on them. But they ain't never going to get the ball because I got first.
I don't know, man.
Hey, we'll fuck around, raise some money for charity, and y'all can get these buckets and shit. And then maybe we'll release the videos. Maybe we won't. Because nobody's going to want to release that video once they get these buckets.
No, because then you'll look like Wesley Johnson and like how he got broken down and how he went flying out of the picture frame and then somebody just hit a jump shot on you. And then
it's about how you respond. They gonna get their buckets. They play in the league. They better get their buckets. Yeah. But I'm gonna give them some buckets.
All right, so up to 21, how much you getting?
Yo, they're gonna have to deuce and win.
Like over and under. Oh,
I'm winning. I'm gonna win them. I'm gonna win some of them.
Oh man, damn! Like you're making me feel bad for smoking weed with you now. like damn, man. Like
I'm beating Charlie Ward.
Okay, I'll give you.
Realistically, I don't know if I'm not out shooting Steph Curry.
Don't let Charlie Ward be in like a wheelchair from like some diabetes with no foot. Like,
yeah, on, man. He definitely gonna get these buckets.
Like, come on, man! Don't let it be that kind of case, man. Like, we not knowing what Charlie Ward's dealing with in real life.
Yeah, anybody that want these buckets can get buckets. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave it at that then.
That's it. The Saturday morning conversation is gonna start the "Come Get These Buckets" campaign.
Yeah, the GoFundMe.
We gonna play 1-on-1 to 11 for charity. Come get these buckets. Anybody could get them as long as we raise the money. We'll figure out what charity.
Okay.
And I'm challenging all comers.
Okay.
Buckets, come get them.
I'll leave it at that with you.
Even you get these buckets.
Yeah, I know I can. Because I'm not fitting to be running up and down court. Like, if anything, I'm going to be sliding around some ice on some curling time.
Half court.
Nah, I'm not even fitting to do that. I'm just fitting to slide on some ice and just let go the stone. Like they said in the special. It's like you're floating in outer space and you just let go. And the stone is just an extension of you. You see, that's my mindset. I'm not trying to run up and down no basketball court. Trying to catch an elbow in the face and get tripped up and like twisted ankle. Like, nah, I'm good with all of that. Like, my moment in the sun has passed. Like, I'm gonna accept my fate. Like,
yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna accept. Yeah, I could get those buckets too. I bet.
And
yeah.
DJ Iron Monkey's accepting the fate as.
But the pop shot though, nah, hell no. I got you on that. Boop boop boop. That's me all day.
Come get them.
We might have to film that too.
We might have to film that 1-on-1. DJ Caveman giving buckets to DJ Iron Monkey all day for charity. We'll figure out we're gonna figure out the charity. I might just create a charity.
Nah, hey,
we'll do that shit. Because I got the nonprofit, so we can make that shit happen.
I got kids, so that's gonna be my charity. Sending my kids to the Grand Prix.
Hey, there's kids for the charity too. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, a day at the Grand Prix for my kids.
What you got on the soapbox?
Me, my soapbox? Nothing really.
Nothing really.
No. If anything, I'll give a shout out to my family, to my kids.
And that's not the soapbox.
I know, but
no, but you're not gonna vent on your soapbox today?
No. I don't want to talk about.
All right. See. Iron Monkey's in a good place.
Yeah. Shout out to my lady. Shout out to my kids. Shout out to my mother, my father, my brother, my sister. No, if anything, the only soapbox thing is how I have a hard time with the whole Michael Jackson thing and how these dudes supposedly was telling the truth at a time when they had the punishment of going to jail if they lied. Now everybody is all about how they're telling the truth. Where Michael Jackson's music is being pulled off of the radio, the episode of The Simpsons with Michael Jackson, or the Michael Jackson type, even though it was really Michael Jackson. That episode is being pulled out of the rotation for The Simpsons. But it's like, yo, these dudes, when the penalty of lying was prison, they quote unquote told the truth. But now where the penalty of lying is nothing, like people just be like, oh, you're a motherfucking liar, and move on with their life. Now they're telling the truth, and this man is dead. Like, he can't really defend himself, and no matter how much his family might try to stand up for him, it's not him defending himself. So that being said, I just find it funny, and I'm gonna watch that special when I get to it. But I don't want to add to the streaming numbers to make this type of reporting and this type of prosecution a viable way of basically character assassination. And that has nothing to do with R.Kelly. Because he claims to be assassinating himself.
Word. So, shit, that's episode 20, motherfucking 4. Kobe!
Jab step.
Jab step.
LeBron's coming for you.
Fade away.
LeBron's coming for you.
LeBron, Kobe is next on the list
Mm-hmm.
For the LeBron James scoring as he moves up the list, passing Jordan. But this is episode 24.
Yep.
Saturday morning conversation. Check us out next week.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Listen to the show again if you listen today on Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. All the outlets. Yeah, we out.
All right.